everything a woman does is to see your reaction or how you handle something.
Period.
Most women don't just do shit just because. Yeah. A lot of women do shit to see your reaction or to see how you handle it.
Because they feel like they have to be like that.
They feel like they have to test you to see, oh, is he going to yell?
What kind of person you are?
What kind of nigga
But you got to think about also what they have is also pretty precious. Like, they got to protect themselves because of the woman. You feel me? Like, cats. That's something that's extremely valuable in a way, too.
It's very true. And I commend the women that actually have that type of mindset when they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the mother bitches... They don't have that mindset. They just doing it because I want to see if this nigga fuck with me.
Right.
I want to see how hard this nigga fuck with me.
Yeah.
Bitch, just ask.
Right. I can use my words.
But then you got a lot of niggas that don't.
Yeah.
You got a lot of niggas that just... It's like, how did you graduate high school?
Man, bro.
Like, you don't even know how to...
What classes did you go? Who passed your ass? They must have just wanted to get you out the class. Because they just want to get your ass out the fucking school. Because, nigga, how have you gone through life and not been able to articulately explain or express yourself?
Express anything. How? And you know what's crazy? There's a lot of niggas like that.
We work in an industry where you see folks at 65 years of age. I mean, some of them, granted, they might have a cognitive
like stroke or some shit.
But for those that are still regular, you're like, you didn't know how to communicate this before? You don't know how to read this before?
You know what's crazy? That job is what told me that there are a lot of people in this world that I don't understand how they survive
to 65 years of age and doing some of the stuff they've been doing. They've been coasting in this moment.
God has been on, you have been on your walk with God. Because what the fuck?
Jesus take the wheel, baby.
Because I know a couple niggas that did what you did, and them niggas in the grave.
Right.
Like, how?
How'd you get away with it?
Like, that's what I'm saying. You was on your walk because you can't be that
You're supposed to be here for some reason.
I'm your placeholder. It's not even that you're dumb. You can't be that naive in this life.
Man.
Like, Cain killed Abel because the nigga was naive in the first place. For all you Christians out there. But, like...
I mean, look at the story. The
nativity is a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, within human nature.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, I don't understand how people can be naive with the world that shows you every fucking thing.
It does.
They will show you everything in your fucking face, and you will still be naive to it.
Back to what you said about listening. People
listen
to listening to understand the world, then you're not going to
see it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Right.
Damn.
That shit
right
is
there.
wild to me.
For real.
Motherfuckers just be doing the most.
That's the episode titled. That shit is wild.
Nah, for real.
We going inside this joint.
Niggas be wild. Niggas be wild.
Right.
Because what? You niggas is out of pocket.
Outlandish.
Indeed.
Nah, but for real, I mean, I really, man, enjoy all this, man. You've thrown a lot of sustenance, a lot of things. I'm actually going to probably rewatch this by quite a bit.
I want you to send this motherfucker to me.
Yeah, he said, y'all know you're going to get no, it's going to be online, bro. You're going to be online. You know, hopefully you're trying to be speaking it. You're trying to get millions of views. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely feel like that shit is, I mean, I know we talked about a pendulum of shit just now.
Yeah, we have. We always do.
But in the interim of it, like, I definitely, like, I see, or I like how people can come together and have a conversation about some intellectual shit. I've watched a lot of niggas sit around with a blunt and talk about the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
And like, why?
And I kind of be like, this is why our generation is fucked.
Yeah.
Because my granddaddy, I'm sure your granddaddy, your granddaddy, when they grew up, they sat around, might have been passing a joint or a cigarette or a beer.
Yeah.
But the conversation at 15 years old was some intellectual shit.
Right.
Because life made them grow the fuck up.
It was way different back then. Not everything was
accessible. That's what I'm saying. Life made you real. As a black man in America, life makes you grow up so fast. Especially in those times. That's why I appreciate dealing with anybody born 92 or above. Because we all have this, at some point, we all grew up with that same black grandfather that went through the bullshit, hates white people, but knows how to maneuver in this world.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's just, you know, by definition, you're right, though.
Bro, I'm telling you, we all have that grandfather that he hates white people.
It was a different time.
Because he's seen white people do fucked up shit.
The worst things. They get away with it. They get away with it.
Have an excuse.
Get away with it. That's the thing.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why, bro, anybody that had that grandfather, nigga, we all at some point we can all come to Jesus.
Yeah.
Because it's like we all have some basis of understanding from our childhood of that black man teaching us, or us not even teaching, just seeing him do maneuver in life and the shit he says.
Yeah,
like we all have that understanding.
Right.
These young motherfuckers,
they don't have that shit.
Like, understand, Freak Nick was a real thing before we were born. So I understand, even you 90s babies, y'all mamas is hoes too. We fully understand it. But it's the level of even back in the 90s, the women was hoes, but they was still smart.
It was classy about it. It was
classy hoes.
Yeah.
Classy.
Like, it was, that's like, I feel like them 80s.
Brown and pink.
I feel like between the 70s and the 90s, that's where the terminology "woman in the streets, freaking the sheets," because that's when you found that type of woman, where she was the most put together, most beautiful.
That was
she was the most. She was like,
now
that's what I'm saying. She was the most put together, beautiful woman in the streets, and will slurp your soul out your body.
Like, Lord have mercy.
Like that was what niggas loved. Right. Now. These hoes be hoes everywhere. Walmart, Target, McDonald's, CVS. It don't matter. Bro, these hoes be hoes in the hospital. I seen a picture of a bitch that has an OnlyFans that got into a car accident or something, and then the bitch was in the little and then took the shit off and showed her titties and was like this in the hospital bed. And the joke of the meme was, the joke of the meme was, Hoeing don't stop for nothing.
Yo, that's crazy. That's what it said in the meme. Hoeing don't stop for nothing.
And what's crazy is, you know how many women be like, yes, girl. Like, agree?
How though, B? I don't understand.
That's just what
shit.
That's the life we live in. That's why when, like, now when everybody talks, like, when women talk about, oh, I don't need a man. Okay, perfect. You fine. I don't need a woman.
You let me know what I need to be away from.
Like, I talk about that a lot. It's like over-course correction.
I feel like everybody should have an understanding. You shouldn't need each other.
Yeah.
I feel like you should have a full understanding. You should not need me.
One of the first things I say in a relationship. Yeah.
Codependency is
I've been in a relationship where I was needed and I hated it. Because when somebody needs you, they will do they will drain you the fuck down. And when they don't need you no more, they'll cast you away.
They're like vampires. They're like vampires, bro.
When somebody wants you,
it's different. Oh, it's way different.
When you was a kid, what kind of shoes did you like when you was a kid? Jordans?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So let's say you, hypothetically speaking, let's say you 10 years old. Jordan just came out with the new 5s, with the 5s with the fucking Spike Lee on the back, with the flip tap.
Yeah.
5, them shits was 5. Those my shits. You wanted those so bad. Ask your mother for weeks. One Friday you come home and bitches in your room. You get a toothbrush, you brush them, you sit them bitches perfect. When you want something, you take care of it because you never want to fucking lose it.
Right.
When you need something, you will do anything you have to do to get it and then go on about your fucking life. That's why I will always tell a woman, I don't ever need you. I'm Jamaican, bitch. I can cook.
Yeah.
I was raised by my grandmother and my mother, so I can clean and wash my own fucking clothes. And I'm quite intelligent, so I can take care of myself in other aspects. I can go to work. I pay my own bills. I don't need you to figure shit out. I can fill out an application if I needed to. I can fill out my insurance if I need to. My W-2, bitch, I don't need you.
Right.
I want someone there that can be my partner.
Exactly.
That's it. A lot of women have it fucked up where they feel, and it's not even women. I can't even blame women for it, because a lot of niggas be fucked up.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas be making it seem like, oh, you ain't gonna cook my food. Well, I gotta come home and ain't no meal cooked.
A lot of niggas want their woman, they think they want.
They think that, but when you realize how much money and time and effort it takes as a man to make sure your woman don't do shit but cater to you, nigga, you would want that bitch to go get a job.
Yeah,
true.
They dream of
Do
something.
you realize how? No, for real. Because it's like, bro, do you realize how much? Like, I was in a relationship where I took care of her and her kid. I paid every bill. I paid for daycare. I paid for food. I was 24 years old at the time. Bro, I was 24 years old, don't had their own apartment.
Right.
I had my own shit, my own apartment, my own car, and I was taking care of a girl and her kid. It wasn't even my child. It was hers. But I'm the type of nigga like, yo, if I'm with you, I'm with your kid too.
Right, that's how it's supposed to be.
How it's supposed to be.
That's a curse word, but that's how it's supposed to be.
For real. But like, and it just got to a point where it was just like, I started realizing like a lot of niggas just don't know how to be men. And it breeds all this extra shit, all this semantics that we talk about.
Yeah.
That's what, like, everybody tries to focus, pinpoint on one thing. But at the end of the day, be a man, bro. Be a man. Being a man was lost on this world.
And that's something to be prideful about.
Lost on this country. Yeah. Because you can go to Spain, you go to Italy, you can go all these places.
Man, you're gonna
and you're going to find a man. He builds shit with his own hands. He harvests and gardens his own shit. He walks 7 miles to the fucking store. Like, you go to different countries, you going to find a man.
Yeah.
In America, it's just like, bro, all you niggas is kind of suckers.
Yeah.
White, Spanish, black, it don't matter what your race is. You just kind of a sucker. Like, I've learned, because I had to, like I said, audience understand, I'm not the most put together nigga. I've had to learn all these lessons over time. But I've learned them.
Right.
A lot of niggas have an issue where they know the problem, they just don't do shit to fix it.
Right.
And that's
hard. It's work.
It's work. Bitch, what? Die.
Yeah. You're not going, you're done anyways.
That's the...
In my mind, like, that's your only option when you say shit like that. Yeah. Die.
Right.
Die.
That's life.
Because life is work. Life is hard. You think I want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the fucking morning to go work for these white people?
Yeah.
And listen to these egos and bullshit all fucking day?
Hell no.
Hell no, nigga. But I got shit I need and want to do in my life.
Right.
And the mighty dollar is how I'm going to do it. So I got to do what I got to do. But I can't stand listening to men or women always be like, oh, it's just too much. Or, oh, I just don't know how. Bro, no one knows. You thought the nigga who created the wheel and fire knew what he was doing.
No, he had to figure it out. Bro, you got to figure that shit out. Like, that's what it's all about.
Failure is the best teacher.
It is the best teacher.
Ever. Failure is the best
But then
teacher.
it's like, when you say that, it's like, well, even with failure, it's not really failure unless you just give up and just stop. But if you learn from the situation,
if you keep learning, if you keep learning from your failures and making it better, you never really fail.
Right. You never fail.
Exactly.
You only fail when you stop.
It's not a such thing, bro. I got a reel I just posted about the failure. Kobe said it best. It's not a real thing. It's just an option.
Bro, failure is an option.
It's an option, bro.
Failure is an option. Some people can make that decision comfortably. Like, I failed at this because I just did not want to try no more.
And didn't try no more.
Didn't want to do it no more.
That's correct.
Right.
So I failed at this. Then there are people who really be like, now granted, life happens, bro.
Oh, for sure.
Life happens. Like, life is a bitch. You just gotta fuck her right and she'll treat you decent.
Yeah.
But life's a fucking bitch.
Yeah, it's gonna teach you some shit. So
it's one of those things where it's just like, you really have to just stay the course. Like what's the saying this white man used to tell me? He's like, part of the course. Meaning like, you have to keep it even.
Yeah, part of the course.
Everything has to be even to be logical. When you start throwing semantics or start adding extra shit, that's when it all gets discombobulated, and then you just kind of sit there like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh shit, what did I just say? How do I maneuver this? I don't know. Because niggas just, like, I always tell people all the time, whether you got ADHD, ADD, I don't give a fuck what mental, I don't care.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Slow it down. Slow it down. There's nothing wrong with that.
My uncle always say, man, you can walk down and F1 or you can run down and fuck them all. I'm like, oh. So what you're trying to say is, take your goddamn
Take your time, bro.
And figure it all out.
I feel like this, bro, and that's where, and just like, even though I know it sounds crazy, we probably just look like a fucking tree stumble of just all types of conversation. But I'm really gonna bring it back. So bringing it back to what we talked about earlier when it comes to like how now we're saying like slow it down and just being able to think through your process. Like niggas really need to just understand, like, bro, life is hard. Life is hard, dogs. Life is hard. I don't give a fuck I know rich people that still go through it. Yeah. Like, and I mean, like, them, like, going to buy a Rolls Royce is like buying a piece of chicken for me. Like, that's how rich they are. And they still go through shit.
Still be miserable.
Still be miserable. So I'm definitely like, you just have to slow down, bro. Like, people move too fast in this life. Right. And that's this culture, this social media, everything, like, with in social media, do you know how many times there are people that sit at a desk and feel like they're not doing shit with their life because some bitch is on social media on a cruise in a bikini? But she's not really paying it for herself. What's crazy is she sucked some old wrinkly dick to get this trip.
Right. Who the cameraman? That's what I always say. Who's the cameraman?
That's the shit.
Who's taking all these pictures?
I used to always tell people, like, why does that bother you, son? She sucked an old wrinkly dick to be able to go to Belize. That's not awful hard work. I literally just posted this on Facebook the other day where I was just like, yo, it tickles me watching sugar babies post luxurious shit like they worked hard for it. Like, you suck that old dick. You did that.
That's what you do. Yeah.
And you be on this, and you trying to be on social media acting like, oh, life is just so good. No, bitch, your head game is good. Your life is terrible. Because let that motherfucker find another bitch, you're
replaced. You're just an object at that point.
Let that old nigga find him a younger one or a nastier one, you're over, bitch.
Thicker one, whatever the situation.
Whatever it is, you're over.
You out of place.
That's why when women always try to say, like, I've watched like different podcasts, like, or there's this one white boy. This is one white boy that does like a kind of thing where it's like he sits in a table and there's like 6 OnlyFans bitches with just 6 random women around him. And he asks them these questions and shit. And I've watched a lot of them, and it just boggles my mind.
Yeah.
Like, it boggles the fuck out of my mind. Like, how do y'all think this is real? Like, the shit that they say, like, oh, well, you know, my man needs to take care of me, and I just think I'm the woman that deserves a 6-figure nigga. And I've watched these men break these hoes down, like, why would I? Do you even, my whole thing is, because I've asked women this too, when I've heard them say that. Have you even met a 6-figure nigga before? Because them niggas can get any bitch they want.
And they will replace you real quick.
And they will drop your ass so quick.
Like a bad habit.
Because that 18-year-old just got her titties popped out and she just turned 18. Oh, bitch, I'm finna go get that. Mm-hmm. You 24, you aging out. Right. Like Leonardo DiCaprio. None of his bitches go past 24. Nah, for real. Yeah. If you look at his history of dating, none of his women go past 24. Leonardo DiCaprio do not play games. He'd be like, bitch, the minute you turn 25, it's over.
Mm-hmm. Does he have to have that? It's like he's not a common man. He's a top percent.
That's what I'm saying. So all these women always think like they just deserve this. Bitch, you deserve a nigga to not put his hands on you and treat you right.
Man.
That's what you deserve as a woman. Mm-hmm. All that extra shit, social media has fucked your head up.
Right.
Because for you to think that your Toyota Camry driving ass deserves a nigga in a Bentley, you were sadly mistaken. Mm. And even the nigga that's in the Bentley, he got about 5 bitches. And 3 of them 5 bitches is lawyers, judges. Like, rich niggas don't like bum bitches. No. That's the shit that fucks my head up with these women.
Why would I want you laid up underneath me and I'm over here working?
That is the shit that fucks my head up about some of these women.
It's Cinderella.
Yeah, bro, that's the shit that fucks up my head about some of these women. They'll sit there and be like, oh, I add value to your life. How? Well, I'll rub your back. I'll make sure that the dinner is made. That's what they be saying. I'll make sure the house is clean. And I'm like,
what does that have to do with anything else?
What does that have to do with anything substantial
that's
in my
productive,
life?
Right? Mm. Like,
I could order Esmeralda. I could pay Esmeralda to come clean my fucking house and cook for me, bitch. What you mean?
Right.
And they feel bad when you're like, what do you bring to the table? It's not about what you can financially bring. It's
all these women don't bring shit to the table.
It's ideas. It's
all these women. It's literally
like, what do you?
Everybody says it, but nobody has a great concept of be your man's piece. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, you have to have a man to be worth being his piece. Mm-hmm. So that's the first step for a lot of you women. But once you find a man like that, be his piece, bro. Just be peaceful. Like, if you can find a chill ass nigga that he gets to his bread, he ain't really with all the extra shit. Niggas just be trying to chill. Niggas be trying to make bread and chill. Mm-hmm. You find you a nigga like that, he's smooth, he chilling. Yo, be his piece. Women have this bad issue where a lot of women want niggas to jump through hoops. Fired hoops.
Yeah.
And all they have to do is just like the match.
Mm. We got to do the rest.
I mean, that's what you've been saying earlier too. You was kind of like, fuck them dudes that's like out there simping and doing all of this because they making it harder for cats that actually have
they make it like simp niggas make it very hard for a nigga to just be.
I think that's a true statement. I mean, some people can be upset with me, but it's a true. Like if you're out there willing to just continue to keep feeding her ego and feeding everything that she's doing, but not provide any type of consequence for her actions. At that point, you're making it harder for a cat that's going to really come there with something that can present something to the table.
In today's age, that's the number one issue with women is none of them have accountability. And the ones who do have accountability, they only take like partial.
Yeah. It's still your fault in some kind of way.
Yeah, because they'll still, even with them explaining everything, it'll still be a but.
Yeah.
But the minute a man does that, oh, you ain't no real man.
Mm-hmm.
How? Right. Why are you a real woman?
Yeah.
That's my question.
No, I feel that.
Like, I'm one of them niggas, bro. I love women. Please understand, I know there's going to be a couple bitches in these comments talking about he must hate bitches. No, I don't. I love women.
Absolutely.
I love women.
But you just stated what you see and what's in front of you.
A lot of women don't have the accountability. And the ones that do,
And if you feel like this does not apply to you, then I mean, we might not talk. You're not talking about you.
If you don't fit, bitch, go to another store.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not talking to you. I was just keeping it a stack. Because at some point, it gets to a point where it's just like, how you want men to be these so evolved, so just up to par, everything. But half you bitches act like y'all did when y'all was 12.
Crazy. Yeah, that's not.
And we're supposed to be okay with this?
All right.
I'm supposed to be at this top echelon level of adulthood while you still dealing with shit like you in high school. And you think I want to be with you?
Because they want a daddy.
That's fine, bitch. Call me daddy all you want, but I'm not about, because you know it's crazy. They want a daddy, but when the nigga takes the position of actually trying to be one,
they don't like
them hoes get mad as fuck.
They don't like the authority.
They're like, who the fuck you talking to? You ain't my daddy. Well, bitch, you clearly need one.
That's what I said on the podcast with who was that? Cigar Rockstar.
Yeah.
You're not gonna listen to me. Don't call me.
Oh, they call me. Yeah, you said that was a quote he said. No, for sure, that was a dope ass quote.
And that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy as hell to me. You want a daddy, but the minute I do that shit, you get so mad.
And unfortunately, it's a lot of women out here that are buying into a lot of what's going on in social media and believe in some of these characters because they might have a PhD or a doctorate. Some of these women that are queen makers and all that wild stuff. And I'm just like, you do know this is just for social media. This is not real life practical stuff. Like when you tell somebody, a grown man, that his only purpose is to be a slave to you, it's kind of like, I get it, but what do you mean by that?
You're just saying that for clicks.
But what are you saying that for? Are you saying it from a different perspective? It's just, you got to be very mindful what it is. I know that was something that was kind of like tripping me out for a minute, but it's just about be mindful how you project that and put it out there, because it might not resonate the same way with everybody. You know what I mean? Even though she might have some logic behind what she's saying, because a dude can be, smitten by a woman, and they talk about that subjectively in a lot of different films and stuff like that as well too. But what are you gonna do with that if you're dealing with a guy that's like that? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna take advantage of it? Like, what kind of person are you? There's a lot more layers to that you have to take in consideration.
Speaking of men and women, what do y'all think about the Anthony? Is it Anthony Edmonds situation?
Who's that?
I've heard. What
is his last name? Excuse me, my boy.
Explain.
He's a basketball player for Timberwolves.
Is that the one with the text messages?
Yeah. What y'all think about that?
Hey, so basically he was telling old girl, like, you need to just go ahead and get rid of the child. And she was like, well, we can talk about this. And she wanted to settle for 100 and something thousand. She could have took him to court and racked up on him.
Yeah, she was like, he gave her 100 bands and was like, yo, son, handle that. Send me the video. Take the pill. Send the video. People started talking about like how like rude he was, or whatever. But it's like, yo, my nigga, what we talking about here? I told you, unloved. So many people bring unloved children in this world. Why, bro? This nigga don't want to. I hate bitches for that. He don't want to be with you. Yeah. He told you that,
and he's making provisions for you to do it.
And you will still bring this child on this earth and force him to be a father?
It's a difference when the father's not willing to provide that, but when a dude is really giving you the finances to take care of the process.
See, the thing about it is, in my mind, it's not even about the finances. In my mind, it's like this man has verbally said,
he doesn't want.
I don't want to have a child.
Yeah,
I don't want this. Like, I don't want this.
And so, you knew this beforehand too.
You knew I don't want children. And she was, apparently the story was because she was typed that she had an abortion like 2 years prior with her son, and then, she feel terrible about that or whatever. Mama, why is that my business? Go holler at
that was a whole different transaction.
Go holler at the other niggas, son. Why is that my business?
I feel that.
I don't want to be a father. Why are you bring, like, that makes no sense to bring a child that's, I'm already telling you I'm not going to love this little nigga.
Yeah.
I'm already telling you I don't want this little nigga on earth.
I don't see a problem with that. I do think he was a little coarse in his delivery. Like, I feel like that was necessary, but I don't think there's nothing wrong with
him. But I can't even, in my mind, like the type of nigga I am, son, in my mind, I don't really see there was an issue. Like, aside from the fact that when he said get an abortion, LOL, why we laughing?
But if she knew,
there is no LOL.
Where he stood at, and she still wanted to push it, then that's a whole nother. I feel like that's a whole nother.
I mean, I don't know the situation. So I think she got it, but in my mind, it was like, yo, son, just get the abortion, B.
Yeah.
Like, you make them, like 1-800, you make them, we scrape them. And call it done.
That's the I mean, if we can come to an agreement to where, I mean, okay, if you want to have a child, like you had a child, just understand I'm not going to be there.
But he's an unloved child. It's like you.
That's what that's the purpose I'm trying to make. Because at some point,
I know what you're saying too.
As a man, you can make that decision. At some point in that child's life, you're gonna be like, yo, I can't keep going through my life acting like this ain't my kid. It's fucked up, bro.
I guess so.
Some niggas definitely be like, I told the bitch. And she still did it. So fuck both of them.
I know a lot of those.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I know a couple niggas that be on that Bernie Mac shit. Fuck them kids. Like, for real. But then I know a couple niggas that, you have a heart. Yeah. And, after 10 years, you kind of be like, fuck, yo, like.
Keep seeing him. He looking more like you as you get more like
me and shit. Like, and then, like, for me, personally, specifically for me, I'm one of those people that it was like, I wanted to be a father because mom was never around. Gotcha. So I've never been one of those niggas that was like, oh, nah, get rid of that shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, there's been a couple bitches that did it just because it was like, I tell them, you do what you want to do. Even before that whole My Body, My Choice campaign happened, I was that nigga. Right. Do what you want to do. Uh-huh. I'm telling you right now, I won't be with you, but I will take care of my child. Yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure. Mm-hmm. You never have to worry about that. Right. But I don't want to be with you. Now, the fucked up part about it, there's a lot of bitches that use children to get niggas.
Of course. Yeah. To lock you in.
That's the logic behind it makes no fucking sense. Mm-hmm. Why? And then you struggle this child's entire life. Feeding.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you, especially knowing that and knowing how women can be, and really, she has all the leverage in this situation, bro. Mm-hmm. So why would you not, just even for your own sake, come at it a different way? Of like, okay, like, you know what? Let's not even have this conversation over text. I'm gonna get my lawyer. Let's meet up.
He hit that though. Towards the end of the conversation, he said,
"I know, but like,
talk to my lawyer."
But like, you gotta come at it different, because she could have took that and be like, you know what? No, I'm gonna crack this nigga over the head for everything he got.
But see, the issue that I have with the ideology of that is like, why do I have to care? Like, I guess I just need somebody to answer that. Yeah, it's like, why do I have to care? You knew
it's business.
I was an NBA player. You knew, bitch, I'll be out here swinging dick like Moby Dick. Mm-hmm. What are we talking about here?
We talking about business. You knew
I was doing this. So the fact that you got pregnant, I'm supposed to care?
No, you're supposed to care about the business. You are an asset at this point, like, whether you like it or not.
My son signed a $120 million contract.
Yeah.
He threw $100 million. Yo, it's right there. Check your account. Mm-hmm.
And
I think my son is African because he's scamming the shit out that bitch. I ain't gonna lie.
She can ask for more every month if she want to. That's just it's grimy, but that's the business. You have to know that as a businessman.
Yeah, but see, fucking with business, that's why that Stormy Daniels bitch got to pay Trump back because she talked. She signed the NDA, right, and talked.
But that's just
bad. Now she owe that nigga money.
That's just bad business.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a level of you bitches just don't like. Y'all just don't. Y'all. It's like this joke I heard where niggas was like, women were in on the heist. You just don't like your cut. Mm.
I talked to old head about that the other day at the Chiefs. He was like, yeah, she did a really good job seducing my ass, and she manipulated the situation, knew exactly what she wanted because he had money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She had no intention of being with him. She just wanted to get the child so she can get that 18-year contract, or child support payment.
You was in on the heist.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You did not like your cut. So now you want to, because my whole thing is, you really think that this NBA player, the shit that boggles my mind with these women is, there'd be 9 bitches in a section dressed to the nines, ass out, titties out, waiting for one of them NBA players to just look at them.
Right.
That's wild.
What did you really think he was gonna love you?
Heck, yeah. Well, some of them did. They thought they was so magical. It was down there that was so magical it was gonna wrap him in.
But it's a lot of the magical delusion of women. Why do you think your pussy is that good to make a nigga just give up life?
Because somebody
Granted, there are a lot. What's crazy is there's a lot of simp niggas out here to prove that fact.
Exactly. Somebody told them.
There's a lot of simp niggas in this world that prove these facts. That's why these women do it. But for the majority of men, it'd be like, you bitches look goofy.
That and like we said, hip hop. The sexy.
I love hip hop, but hip hop has fucked up our culture so much, and I feel like it's fucked up our culture because white people have had their hand in hip hop since the day it started.
Why would they make it something that can be empowering?
Because the original outlet for hip hop was for black people to have our own thing. Like, white people's hands have been in black people's music since the 30s. It was a common understanding that a jazz musician had a white man had a white Jew as a manager. Like, that was a common known thing in the 30s and 40s.
Right.
So it's just crazy to me. Like, you think about like fucking Elvis Presley. What white man moves his hips like that? That's one of the main reasons why he was famous, is because he was the first white man as an entertainer to move his hips like that.
Dancing and all that, And his music was written by.
You asked it. If you watch it, some of his interviews, he admitted.
No.
He loved black music. When he grew up in the South, he went to a black church.
Right.
He listened to black.
The man
gospel.
that wrote all his songs was a black.
That too, on top. But no, this I can't remember. It's not. I always want to call this nigga BB King, but it's some other guitarist that was very, very well known. But he was black, so he didn't really have no fame for real.
Right.
And two of Elvis Presley songs, he stole from him.
Wow.
And never paid him.
Yeah.
And before he died, and when things went sour for him, that's when he I guess it was in the 60s or some shit where he was have you ever heard of him? There's a video of him admitting to I stole black people's music.
No.
It happened in 62 where this is when he got fat and all the other shit. Yeah, he's I get it. I see now. I see what I did. And I didn't mean to do it, but I see what I did. Our culture isn't even our own.
Right.
The shit that we created is not our own.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to Japan right now and you will see little Japanese motherfuckers with dreadlocks and braids.
Yeah. When they twisted up drum
and baggy pants and Dr. Dre, the Chronic album t-shirts and shit. Breakdancing, all our culture is one of the most tracking back to infamy and to fame and infamy.
Right.
Our culture is the most famous and infamous shit in the world.
Right. Absolutely.
Black culture is the most famous and infamous shit.
I mean, hip hop shows that it was so infectious. At first, it was a fad. That joint been around for 50 years.
Mm-hmm. But see, it's not even hip hop. It's everything.
I mean, all cultures.
Rock.
I mean, you go back to Egypt. Obviously.
But I'm talking about just in the last 150 years.
Yeah.
The last 150 years, damn near every music we listen to originally was all sang by black artists.
Right.
Country music.
I had a cat tell me black people don't know how to make anything but hip hop. We did rock and roll. I was like, okay. You always had to look too.
Bro, if I ever hear somebody say that shit, I probably would slap them. Cause I'd be like, bro, you don't even realize how many genres of music that black people low-key started.
Right.
Rock music. Rock wasn't even, they called it rock. It was just blues.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was.
Chuck Berry and all that.
That's all it was called was blues.
Right.
White people took it and called it rock music.
Rock and roll. Mm-hmm.
That shit has been in our shit forever.
Right.
For fucking ever. Pop music. I'll give it to you. Pop music is probably the only thing. As a matter of fact, not, because if you think about the Temptations and all, that's all pop music.
Yeah.
All pop. What pop music was known back then? Motown pushed nothing but pop music out.
Yeah.
Because you look at the commercials, you look at all of the scoring and stuff like that. You look at it hold on, you have to look back and see these songs.
Bro, you have to realize, bro, we had our hand in everything, and
a lot of them.
I wish black people had a sense of collectiveness.
Yeah, I was hoping that you went there.
Where we can at least have an understanding, because I feel like black people are just crabs in a barrel. We will stomp, punch, choke, kill another nigga just to get on top.
Yeah, message.
When niggas rob niggas, when you say you a jack boy, as a jack boy, you almost feel more comfortable robbing and shooting a nigga than you would a white man.
Of course, yeah.
Because in your mind, you know if I shoot this white man, I'm gonna get 50 years.
Yeah.
If I shoot this nigga, I might get 2 years plus probation.
Right.
It's a logical thing for some people.
For sure.
To where it's bro, we have no type of just that's why even though I really can't stand them because of my Arabic heritage. I know how Jews rock, but how their community works. I love Jews because Jews and Asians.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jews and Asians work as a fucking unit. They don't even have to fucking know who you are. Just because you come from their village or their home, you can come from their village or home and come to America. These niggas will put you in the right position to get a loan.
You know Rabbi so-and-so?
Get a bank. All this shit. All their dollars get transferred through each other.
Yeah.
Black people are the only people that all the money that we make goes everywhere else.
It is. That's true. And 60 minutes is already in somebody else's hands, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas Jews can be there for about 3-4 months.
Months. It could be decades.
Yeah.
Some Jews have That's why a lot of people think Jewish people are rich, because the way they operate and the way their money and their barter system works within their culture, none of them really have to want for anything.
Yeah, and that is not anti-Semitic to say it is
it's not.
It's a compliment.
Right. It is a compliment. Shalom.
Yeah.
Like, it's a compliment. But no, it definitely is like how they maneuver and how their money gets moved and within the community is amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's admirable. Even when you listen to Dame Dash, he was like, man, you look at the Asian community, he had this whole conversation.
Bro, I'm telling you.
He's like, man, I make sure everybody around me a millionaire. So that if I fall off as a million, you can give me a loan. I get back on my feet and I'm going to pay you back and our money is going to get better because I learned from my motherfucker.
Black people could only do that in a small spectrum.
Right.
That's what's fucked up. Is what even white people, Asians, Nordic white people or Jews or all of them, they all have some type of community within themselves to be able to do it. Now, it was systematically done with slavery. Because a lot of people like to forget, or some people don't know, nigga, we sold ourselves. There were kings and queens of Africa to preserve their land and their family and their money.
A certain amount of slaves.
Go on that side of our land and take all the niggas.
Right.
Leave us alone. It's been down from day one where we don't have camaraderie.
Right.
Even within our own, now, as Black people, we can all call ourselves African Americans.
Right.
You go to Africa, they fucking hate you. No, I'm serious. Africans hate American niggas. Hate them. Because they look at you like, you don't know who the fuck you are.
You don't even appreciate what you got as an
you don't even know what you are. You don't even know. I hate when people say, oh, I'm Black. I hate when people define themselves as a color. And in America, we the only people who do that.
A human being can't be a color. So then when you dissociate yourself from being a human being, that means you lose all your rights. And
then you're just perpetuating what the fuck we were in the first place, was property.
So spooks and all that weird shit, you know? Yeah.
No, but I'm dead ass, because if you think about it, I've gone to England, I've gone to Australia, I've been to certain countries where you ask a Black man, you don't tell them what are you. If you say, what are you? They'll tell you the country they're from. I'm from Cyprus. I'm from Ghana.
You ask a Black person here what they is, I'm Black. I'm Black. African American.
Right. Yo, I remember, I never forget that time when I was playing professional golf and I was overseas, and a motherfucker asked me, he was like, what are you? I was like, nigga, I'm Black. He was just like, no, what are you? I was like, I'm Black. He was like, is that how all Americans describe themselves?
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, nigga, I'm Black. And he was just like, y'all don't know what y'all are?
No.
And then he was just like, yeah. And then that's when I started putting together, when you go out of the country, you start realizing a lot of Black people like, oh, I'm Syrian, I'm Lebanese, or whatever the fuck it is. They'll tell you where they are. America's the only place you ask a Black person what they are. I'm Black.
Right.
And we're not even Black. Black is a very dark, soulless color. We have much pigment in coloration.
True.
We're brown.
Yeah.
That's why I know Indians that are darker than me.
Facts.
You don't call them Black.
Right.
I might be a little.
I'm just used to it.
I might be a little beige, but it's all good.
I know Indians.
Yeah.
They're fucking Black.
Right.
Oh man, darker than the rest. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
How the fuck am I Black?
Yeah.
That nigga's Black.
Like blue black. Yeah. Blue
That's
black,
what I'm saying. That nigga's Black. So I just it boggles my mind, bro. A lot of things in this world does that, but
for sure,
just the idea that it's just so crazy how Americans and the way we see ourselves and the way we maneuver in this world, how we've allowed slave, even everybody, I know a lot of people like, oh my God, it was 400 years ago. But that's till this day in 2024.
They still talk about Hitler in the concentration camps.
That's what I'm saying.
They ain't gonna never be. That's why anti-Semitic situations become. But nobody defends us.
That's the shit. That's perfect example of what I was talking about. Where it's
defends us.
Jews will teach how Hitler fucked them up forever.
What about King Leopold?
He went over he went to the Congo and fucked way
more than the concentration camps.
He drank,
18 million.
King Leopold killed more people than Hitler did. Ever did.
Multiple.
Just by mining the continent, the country of Congo.
Wow.
And he didn't even step a fucking foot on that continent. He mined the entire Congo. There's a book called The Darkest Secrets of Leopold. And it literally depicts how this nigga mined everything.
Yeah.
To the point where he had fucking babies in holes with monoxide and all this extra shit. Mining fucking gold and all types of whatever minerals that they had there.
Right.
Drained it, made billions, like to the equivalent of billions. And that country has been in ruins since. This shit happened in like 1800s.
Right.
When that long ago,
it's 2024. The Congo is still in ruins. Like they low-key have no more like fossil fuel there.
Yeah.
Or any kind of like mineral available. Like he drained that shit. Shit, I'd be like, do you know who Stalin is? He killed 3 times what Hitler did. 3 times.
Wow.
In a shorter amount of time, too. When people are talking about Hitler, I'm like, nigga, do you not know who Stalin is? Stalin killed like 3 million
people. But the reason why
it's
like that is because that community has so much of,
so much power.
Power, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that community does have power. Like in the state of New York,
like, you know what I'm saying?
In the state of New York, Jewish people have the sole control over the school systems in the state of New York. That's why the education system in New York is probably one of the best in America, even if you're in the hood, because the Jews don't play that when it comes to education. The Hebrews were an extension of the Moors in a sense, where the Moors kind of showed them like, because the Moors would go around the entire world.
Okay,
like you would just see if you go into any history books and you start seeing real history books and you start looking up Moors, you'll realize these niggas was in everything.
Right.
Like they were in Scotland, Ireland, China. Like they were everywhere. That's why when people always say like, oh, black people, bro, we were everywhere before Columbus was fucking born.
Right.
How do we allow ourselves to feel so less than when we have been the pivot of humanity for so fucking long?
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. I think about that too.
That shit is wild to me.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking insane to me. Between this whole like situation with the war of Gaza and shit, it'd be like, y'all don't even. This isn't even a this is literally religion. This is a war off of religion.
Religious wars, yeah.
It is a religious war, and it has been happening for 1,000 fucking years.
Well, it's both because the politics are governed by religion.
And you know,
separation of church and state is I don't think a real concept.
I don't think separation of church and state is a real concept.
It does not exist.
I think they did it.
They say
I think they did it in the 1800s as a purpose to keep keep reasons for church out of government, because once they abolished slavery, bro, the Old Testament literally is like a guide to how to beat your slave.
People don't realize. Well, damn, yeah. But people also don't realize, like, in our Constitution, the separation of church and state is for the church. It's not for the government. It's so that the government can't interfere.
So the government can't interfere in what the church does.
Exactly. But they never said that the church wasn't going to be interfering in what the government do.
Yeah.
Because listen, that's why one of the reasons why, like, I'm probably just about to maneuver this conversation into religion, but that's why I don't fuck with Christianity. I grew up Muslim.
I understand.
I have no issues with, I believe in God.
Yeah.
And I'm Muslim. I grew up reading the Quran in Arabic. Like, I'm Muslim.
Right.
But the issues that I have with religion, because even with Muslim, there's the Sunni and Shiite situation, like, even that.
For sure.
Like, my family's a Sunni, so I understand how that, like, even that just be, like, y'all doing too much. But when it comes to, like, Christianity and how it's not even a religion anymore, it's just a business.
Absolutely. I'm a Christian, and I went to a mega church at one point in time, and the head pastor of the church left the church to go work in DC to lobby.
So like you told me about that.
Yeah, it's 100% the same thing. Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't trust.
I get it. Yeah,
I don't trust Christianity as a religion for the simple fact that, for one, the original reason why a lot of people in this world are Christians is because of Europe.
For sure.
Because of Europe and because the Crusaders used to go around with big metal fucking crosses.
It was a tool
and kill and
kill people.
Like, if you don't believe in our God in the next week, we're killing everybody. Like, you force this religion on people,
or to say we can't control this group of people over here. We need to
our religion. So we need to teach them our ways to be able to have some type of control, and if we can, we'll just kill them.
Right.
That's literally the basis of Christianity. Mm-hmm. Like Christianity, that's how it was pushed around the world.
For sure. Yeah. That's wild.
Mm-hmm. What?
If anything, that sounds evil to me, though. Like,
bro, right. That's why I said, bro.
We had that conversation, like, who considers things to be evil based off whatever, your agenda is. Because, like, the slave looks at you being evil, but the person's a slave owner is like, look at his business. I'm making money. I'm making profit. So it's like, it's almost subjective.
And a lot of Christians get mad when I say this shit, too. Because I'll be like, God.
Slave religion.
Christianity is a slave religion. For one,
no offense to Christians.
No offense to Christians, but I use this as an example with the movie Django. Mm-hmm. In the midst when he was wearing that blue, that retarded ass blue suit, and the motherfucker had scriptures on him and reading from the scripture from the Old Testament as he's about to whoop this person. Yeah, that's the best example I can use. That's the only way slavery worked. Mm-hmm. Was using Christianity to control them.
The controller, the creator telling you that you are supposed to be a slave. How can you go against God?
That is the only way Christians.
How can you go against God if God is telling you you're supposed to be?
That's the only way it became successful for 400 years. Mm-hmm. It's because you drilled and beat and murdered these people into believing that this is your God.
And then when you separate,
treat your master as if he is your God on earth.
Right.
That is a line in the.
It's in the Bible. But think about this too, like when you separate the older generation that knew better from the younger generation, then you got a whole body that you can just control based off everything you're putting in place in your system of breaking somebody down. Like Willie Lynch was like really well perfected and he put it down.
For real. See, the issue that I have with Christianity is the fact that with all other religions, there's only one book. Mm-hmm. There's only one book. Mm. In Islam, it's the Quran.
Yeah.
And Buddhism, I can't remember what it's called, the word for it, but that shit's never been changed. Mm.
Yeah.
Never.
They don't tamper with it.
The Quran is the same way it's been written since 20,000 years ago.
Right.
Like, it is literally, like, nothing has changed. That Bible, though, that bitch been written 4 different times.
They got the King James and New International Version. Mm-hmm. They got
and written. That's why I always say, when people always say, oh, he's Old Testament. Because the Old Testament was literally written to control. Like, the idea of Christianity was to control. Mm-hmm. I used to not watch, but I used to read this book by this guy from fucking, he's like Switzerland or some shit. I can't remember. God, I wish I was more prepared because I wish I knew the name of this book so y'all could go look that up because the shit's good.
I want to look it up.
But it's this book that was written to depict on how it basically describes how white people move. Mm. In the world.
Okay.
Like how they keep power essentially. Like I'm trying to be politically correct when I say this because I don't want to sound like an ignorant nigga. Right. But it's basically how they keep power.
Okay.
Like and how it literally like the power and the idea and the ideology of doing that transfers from different continents to different countries and it's all the same shit.
Yeah.
It's all the same controlling. Mm-hmm. So with Christianity specifically, Christianity wasn't even a religion on the continent of Africa before white people got there. Mm.
It was well introduced though. Everybody Christian in Africa, and then in Africa, it's almost taboo if you're not.
You can Google, you can literally do. I ain't gonna say Google because Google be bullshit, but you can do your motherfucking research on this shit. South Africa was given to white people as a barter system in a sense.
Right.
Mm. That's why the only country in Africa on that fucking continent that has a large amount of white people is South Africa.
The Moors,
because they gave it to them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They gave it to the Danish. Mm-hmm. At first, it was the Danish.
A lot of resources.
That's why a lot of Africans go to Dutch. That's why a lot of South Africans are Dutch.
Yeah, the Dutch.
They're all most of them are all Dutch.
They migrated.
Because they came from Dutchland to Africa.
Okay.
Yeah. Damn near all white people from South Africa are either Dutch or some type of Icelandic, some shit like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like bro, they use that religion to just control the world, and I feel like it's more of a subsidy of being Catholic, because Catholic I always feel like Catholics and Christians are damn near the same. I just feel like it was almost like people who became Christians wanted to like, it's almost like they use being Catholic as the main thing, and then Christianity was something to be spread.
The derivative,
the derivative of being Catholic.
Yeah, I see that.
For the world.
Because Catholicism is way above Christianity. Like, if you look at it from a hierarchy.
Way above.
And like, if you don't believe in racism, just look at Catholicism. Like,
I'm about
Catholicism
to say,
definitely
I'm about to say, and that is like, I don't understand how that's not considered like a devil religion or something.
Because it looks like it if you live.
I mean, no, it does. Like, it looks mad medieval psycho shit.
About religion, it's like religion.
But I'm talking about the secrets that they have and have covered over a course of like thousands of years.
Yeah.
Like, yo, it's known that in the Vatican, there's like a 5-mile long basement that they have that just has all types of information. That was the whole purpose of the Crusaders, was to go around and collect all information that basically denounced what they were preaching.
Okay.
Collect it and keep it.
Right.
They didn't even destroy it.
Right.
They just wanted to collect it and keep it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel like, when it comes to religion, like Christians and Catholics, they'd be like, yo, y'all niggas some maniacal motherfuckers. Based off of how it started.
Mm-hmm.
That shit has, I promise you, pull y'all fucking phones out. I promise you.
I'm going to look into
that bitch got I think it's 5 or 7 mile long tunnel under the Vatican that is literally nothing but information,
bro.
Yeah.
5 miles is not something to laugh at.
I'm talking about there is shit from when the Crusaders used to go rape and pillage. Rape and pillage countries and villages and take all that information and bring it right back to the Vatican.
Right.
God damn.
Like, I also don't trust a religion that protects pedophiles.
Yeah. A lot of that going on.
That's another thing I don't fuck with. That's why I be like, I don't mean to offend anybody when I say this, but I just don't understand.
I mean, the Catholic priest is not allowed to have a wife, so what is he gonna do? He had little boys, and
that's what I'm saying. What's crazy is, in the society that we live in, it's a known fact that Catholic priests molest the altar boys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a known thing.
And
it's almost like a joke.
And people still...
I was about to say,
it's almost like a running joke.
It's like
there's a documentary on Netflix. I forgot the name of it.
It's a fucking running joke.
It's dark, bro. It's real
crazy.
Dark.
I don't think people realize, it's a running joke that people who live in the shadow of God molest children.
Right.
And when you get caught, you know what you do as a Catholic priest when you get caught?
Repent for your sins.
They send your ass to the Vatican and just make you read the Bible all day.
Okay.
They literally, that's a thing.
Yeah.
When you get caught, they have the Vatican. For one, the Vatican is probably one of the most richest entities in the world. Mm-hmm. Like, when you talk about $1 trillion, them niggas got trillions of dollars.
I believe it.
So what's wild to me is that they will send, like, lawyers to clean it up at that time, and then that person will go on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
And their mission is to bring their ass to Italy.
Yeah.
And sit their ass in the Vatican. And you repent for your sins.
Yeah.
At the Vatican.
So no real consequence.
There's no real, they just hide them.
Hell's in jail, like, damn.
Not for real. Like, damn, I should have been Catholic.
Yeah.
He went with a little boy, with a little girl, but still, that's still just as bad. You know what I'm saying?
But
so then, again, that brings you back to fame versus infamy. Because R. Kelly ass is getting hung, documentaries, such and such and forth. They got the same documentaries on the Catholicism, but you still are not getting the same crucifixion as some of these priests they go through.
Because that nigga, because Age Ain't Nothing But a Number was one of that nigga's greatest hits, and he told you motherfuckers.
He told
you niggas.
In the song, my mind's telling me
no, but my body is telling me. This nigga told y'all.
Yes.
Like, that's the shit that, like, when people are like, I can't believe. Nigga, did you not hear his lyrics?
Right.
This nigga's been telling you for a couple decades, I fuck little children.
Yeah.
Like, this is what he's been saying to you.
The Pied Piper was the man. And he had the mask on the whole time.
Bro.
Kels, nice. You had the mask on. Sorry, you had the mask on the whole time.
He knew, bro, I'm telling you.
Damn.
You want to, and dude, what's crazy is, an old man told me this shit a long time ago. It's like, you want to hide one of your deepest, darkest secrets, do it in public.
Plain sight.
Because people don't pay attention to plain sight shit.
That's wild.
Well, you try to hide it, they go looking for it.
The minute you become someone that looks like you're hiding something, that's when they start paying attention.
Yeah.
But when you just do it all out in the open, nobody really pays attention to that
real.
Shit until it becomes a story, until it becomes a thing. Like, that shit is wild,
was telling
bro.
himself for a minute. But
that
no,
shit
man,
is wild.
I do want to. I definitely want. I love these thoughts, and we're gonna have you come back as a guest again, brother, because you took it there.
It was. I talked a lot. Right? My fault.
For sure. No, you good.
Yeah. You know, I be rambling and shit, but I have a lot to say.
We be having some real things to say, brother. Mm-hmm. So again, we do want to thank you for coming out, man.
Most definitely.
Still, you already know, bro. You coming back? Like we gonna have this thing. My bad. No, I love the element because you brought a different type of vibe to it. It was talking your mind, speaking your piece, and that's what it's all about, man.
I just be talking my shit.
So we try to spark those comments because people are afraid to talk, man. But I do want to thank you again for coming out to the Nice Guys podcast. You know what I'm saying? We definitely want to have you coming back. We're going to tag your link as well, too. Again, let them know where they can find you at, brother.
Oh, yeah. Everything's going to be listed on here. I'm going to give everybody everything. So when when this comes public, when you looking at it, you come follow me. Come see the type of shit I talk on my own.
Mm-hmm. For sure. We're going to have to come on your part, too, man. For sure, bro.
Yeah, I'm getting that together. Yeah, I really focus.
Let me know. I want to be on that joint. I want to hear that. I want to be a president, at least be in the room.
And I want to call it NBC. Niggas be chatting.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
There's gonna be a couple niggas just chatting. I won't call that shit NBC.
Man, come on with it. But again, my name is Jacques Wright.
Adrian Peace.
And this is the Nice Guys podcast. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. Love y'all, man. One love, peace. Peace.